We might be live. I think we're live. Are we live? Yeah, we are live, guys. What's going on? All right, check out the live chat here. And OBS was giving me problems, but now it's actually connected. Oh, I gotta do that? No. Oh, well, that's not working. Anyway, in the live chat here, we've got Marky Mark, channel member, Wayne, channel member, Levi, channel member, some janky username. And of course, we have, oh, Papa Sean 69, channel member, Fox Lover VR. What's going on? I'm Charlie from Overtime Arcade. I am joined, as I often am, with my public live streams by my senior executive producer. That would be Sean Cruikshank, another core channel member here at Overtime Arcade. We're going to have some fun tonight. We got Pirate Wiggins checking in. Yo. Who else is here? If you haven't said hi in the chat, please do so. What's going on? Yeah, we got some fun stuff tonight. We're celebrating. We recently hit 8,000 subscribers on this channel, which I can't believe. My kids can't believe. It's pretty fantastic. So we're going to celebrate here a little bit. Mike, channel member, is here. Heathcliff Hensel is here. We are going to have some fun. Let's see. Should I make some kind of... let me make a little goal here. We'll set a goal. All right. Do they not do that anymore? Usually there's like... It lets me set a goal. Oh, start goal. Let's do 10 super chats of any amount. I'd like to do 90 minutes. I'll live stream again in 2 weeks. Next week we're doing the monthly members only live stream, but we can do it again the week after that. Try to do no more than one a week. We got to do the podcast too as well. The podcast as well. Cameron checking in, another channel member. Papa Sean 69 missed the last Coin Jam podcast because he was in Scotland. It was 2 or 3 in the morning. Well, sometimes you just got to make sacrifices, Papa Sean. Scotland is beautiful. I've been there at least twice. Edinburgh, Dundee, St. Andrews. Didn't play golf, but I did walk the course. Yeah, Scotland is beautiful. Everyone always thinks of Ireland as beautiful, and Ireland is beautiful, but it's kind of like rolling hills, right? Scotland has just incredible craggy mountains. I think Scotland is like the most beautiful part of Europe, certainly that I've seen. But we're not here to talk about the travel log. I haven't left the country in like 15 years. It's hard to believe. Used to be a world traveler, now not so much. I'm going to crack open an adult beverage here. This is Atlantic Brewing Company, Bar Harbor Blueberry Ale. Quite nice. Up in Maine, you get blueberry beer quite often because blueberry is like one of the big cash crops up in Maine. And they make blueberry beer, and if you get it, a lot of places will have it on draft, and they'll actually drop a couple of blueberries in the beer. So cheers to you all. Thank you all for helping me reach 8,000 subs. Pretty nuts. Yo! Some janky username with a $10 billion super chat donation. No message, though. Some janky username. Thank you very much getting us started here with the live chat. So what we often do with these public live streams is I got a ton of games down here. Check the video description for all of the dedicated cabinets and the cabinets that have the ability to play multiple games, like the Play Choice 10. I got 2 bit kits down here. I got a Neo Geo, though I'm not sure that will even turn on right now. Check the video description down below if there's a game you want to see. And obviously, first choice will go to anyone who makes a super chat donation. So some janky username, feel free to, throw out whatever game you want me to play, and we will do that. I've got the camera set up right now for Moon Patrol, but we can easily move it to any other game that you might like. Papa Sean 16 wants Crazy Climber, but I don't have the ability to play Crazy Climber down here other than firing up main on my desktop, which I'm not inclined to do. We do have a casualty this evening. I was just talking with executive producer of worldwide distribution, Sean Cruikshank. We do have a game down. It's a surprising one. It's not typically one that goes down, and it's a failure mode that I've not seen with this game. Any guesses in the live chat as to which game has surprisingly gone down this evening? It is a game I restored on the channel, and yeah, it's been a workhorse, but it unfortunately is down. Obviously, it's none of the games you can see here. The easiest guess would be Tempest, but no, Tempest right here is working just fine. So, any guesses on what has sadly gone down? No, Tempest is a good guess. You know, it's the only color vector down here, at least for now. Tempest is not down. So we'll need another guess. Whoa, Marky Mark with a gift membership donation. Marky Mark has gifted 5 Overtime Arcade channel memberships, and those went to Bushy Stallion, Darth Wario, Super Philly, Nebo 77, and Ice X Mikey. Welcome to the channel membership program. After the live stream, I will go and make a members-only post on the channel with a link to our private members-only Discord. If you already have your YouTube account linked to your Discord account, it should automatically pop up shortly as a server in your list. Come and say hi to everyone there. It's a good time. Thank you so much, Marky Mark, for adding to our ranks of the elite. Cheers to you. So, yeah, unfortunately, the game that's down this evening is Joust. Fired it up, having graphical issues. I turned it off, turned it back on, and I got a RAM Error 37, which might actually be CMOS, from what I gather, but hopefully just maybe I need to turn up the voltage or something, or I can't remember. Can you adjust the voltage on Williams Linear Supplies? I can't remember. Maybe it's just a bad... Is it 4116, something like that? So, yeah, Joust is down, unfortunately. But some janky username dropped a super chat and then skedaddled. Haven't heard from him. I mean, I have to... What game do you want me to play? All right. Ho! Fox Lover VR with a $20 billion super chat donation says, I love watching you as a kid, man. Still love arcades to this day. Well, thank you so much for that super chat donation. Please shout out a game, put a game down in the live chat, whatever game you want me to play. We'll throw some quarters in there and fire it up and have some fun. Otherwise, I'm going to have to start choosing games, and I might not choose the games that you guys want to see. And remember, I'm not anywhere near an expert when it comes to playing these games. To me, the hobby is more fixing them, restoring them, bringing them back to life. Obviously, playing them is a nice reward at the end. TNG is having issues, too. I get, like, random resets with Star Trek The Next Generation pin. Ooh. Donkey Kong 3 might be out in the garage. Let me see what game I have in this junior cabinet right now. Hang on. What game pops up when I turn it on? I think that's Donkey Kong 3. Yeah, Donkey Kong 3. Thank you, Fox Lover. We'll set the camera up to play Donkey Kong 3, which might be... Believe it or not, guys, it might be my favorite Donkey Kong game. I do like Donkey Kong. I do like Donkey Kong Jr., but 3, there's just something about 3. And we'll move the camera down here a little bit slowly so nobody gets seasick. And, yeah, let's take a look down here. Okay. How's that looking? And Sean's going to have to let me know. One of the reasons that Sean is here is that we sometimes have issues. And like cameras get knocked over or just weird stuff can happen. So, still with me, Sean? I don't know if I can really move it over to the left. I think that's going to be, that might be where we're doing. Let me see if I can get a chair over here. Otherwise, I'm going to play kneeling, which I think I'm going to do. So, I was recently at a party at a friend's house who is a major collector, and we do a tournament, randomly select a bunch of games, and Donkey Kong 3 was one of the ones chosen. And believe it or not, on my first shot, I took Dell's Arcade high score off the table, which apparently had been there for 2 years. So there we go. But no guarantee I'm going to do it here. And that was with marathon settings, which is not what I have here. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're definitely not having the game of our life. Died after 200 points. I blame the cocktail control panel, which is not an ideal angle. And there goes my, don't worry, we're going to play another credit. We're going to play another credit. I do have a junior cabinet out in the garage that is going to be for my Donkey Kong 3 build. So this PCB we'll take out, we'll put into the Donkey Kong Junior cabinet. We will install some Donkey Kong 3 artwork, and we'll use that as essentially a quote-unquote dedicated Donkey Kong 3. Of course, Nintendo never released Donkey Kong 3 as a dedicated cabinet. It was only ever a conversion cabinet. So any classic Nintendo cabinet is perfectly correct to find Donkey Kong 3 installed. You'll often find it in a blue Donkey Kong cab, an orange Donkey Kong Junior cab, sometimes a Popeye cabinet, but they have to rotate the monitor. You maybe find it in a red radar scope cabinet. Here we go. That was our warm-up, and now we'll actually play. But love Donkey Kong 3. It's more of a shooter. It's less of a... Okay, we gotta get this guy... Wow. I like to hold on to the tank for a little bit, but maybe I'm out of sorts. And there goes my thing again. I have this Q*bert metal TV dinner tray that's... Yeah. Kneeling is not really, this is not the optimal angle to play Donkey Kong 3. Kneeling in front of a cocktail cabinet. With things falling, just take that out of the way. I got Sean in my ear telling me how bad I'm doing. It's, you know, not my best before. Too many blueberry beers, that's right. And there goes the camera. Don't worry, you didn't miss much. I got obliterated. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm gonna have to retitle the stream. Oh my gosh! Man plays his favorite video games poorly. I don't know why the camera even lost it. That's not a hard angle for it, and the battery's full. Okay. To me, this is the easiest angle, or the easiest level. Even the more difficult, you know, advanced stages, this is just so easy to get Donkey Kong to the top. It's so easy to dodge everything, even though I took a hit there. But, yeah, it'll be great to have Donkey Kong 3 in its own cabinet soon. I don't know. I gotta totally rearrange the basement. I got a bunch of games that need to come down here, including Outrun and some other stuff. I think what I'm going to do is get rid of the pinball machines, at least get them out of here. I really have seriously considered selling them. There's some stuff that I want to buy that, you know, might require some Boku bucks, and I just don't have much of an interest in, you know, this is never going to be a pinball restoration channel. I have nothing but respect and admiration for people that do that. It's just more work than I really want to do. Like, I'll do enough to keep them running. And there goes my camera. And I say that even though, like I said, the next generation is having resetting issues. Oops. And we're probably off kilter, and my producer is going to yank me off the air. But we'll figure it out. Oh. Yeah. Don't get rid of TNG. I know. I do love that game, but, you know, it's just the pinballs take up so much room. TNG is going to be easier to sell than the Munsters. I do love TNG. I love the theme. But, oh my gosh. It's already getting warm down here. It was hot in the office today. It was like 77 degrees. It's too hot for an office. Oh my gosh. Yeah, game over. Game over. Some janky username says dealer's choice for his super chat donation. So we'll pick something. We'll pick something in a second. Maybe we'll give the choice to producer Sean, since he's such a good guy. What game do you want to see, Sean? Yeah, Joel Strahan says, you're really just trying to clear space for Spy Hunter Sit Down. Space in the checking account. I think it would go right here. There are some games that I'm selling if anyone's interested. In particular, right here, I have a fully working Do Run Run, which is an awesome game, in a converted Dig Dug cocktail. That will go out of here, and I will find another spot for the DECO BurgerTime cabinet, the Japanese BurgerTime cabinet. And in that space is a perfect spot for the Spy Hunter Sit Down to eventually go. So that's pretty good right there. Sean wants eyes. Okay, let me fire up the BurgerTime, the aforementioned BurgerTime. And we will play some eyes. Yeah. All right. Another game I'm not good at. But that's like most of the games down here. Whoa, there's Punch Out. There's Robotron. And here's Joust. Sadly down. RAM Error 37. We will figure that out shortly, though. We certainly will. So this is my DECO BurgerTime cabinet, which is the, hold on, we'll get this sorted, which is the Japanese version, we're still too close, of the BurgerTime cabinet. You know, typically you find, in the US at least, Bally Midway BurgerTime cabinets, very distinctive shape. They have the cutout of, you know, the sort of shape of Peter Pepper, main character, with his hat and everything. And that's really cool, but those are expensive, and I found for a very good price a DECO BurgerTime. But the DECO hardware, very unreliable, uses a cassette tape that's almost like an old voicemail or answering machine tape. So let me actually reboot the game here. We will go into the menu. So I have a BitKit 2 from Crafty Mech installed, which has a bunch of games in here: BurgerTime, Crazy Kong, Crush Roller, Dig Dug, which I have a dedicated down here, Disco, number 1, Eggor. Eyes, and Eyes is what Sean wants to see. So that's what we're going to get. And here we go. Coin up. And the sound's low, but we'll play a little bit here. And I know you're probably not hearing it, but don't worry. It is working. It's just low volume for some reason. Eyes is a fun game, but it's sort of always cracked me up how enemies just spawn in very awkward places. There we go. And your eye shoots. I mean, what a weird game, right? And like, you can't shoot their projectiles. And I wish I had a rapid fire button. Oh. Yeah. Thanks, Sean. Sean knows I'm not good at this game. Trying to humiliate me. Making his boss look bad. How dare you. See? They spawn in the worst possible spot. Alright, there's that level. And it tells you right in the middle of the screen what level you're on, which is nice of it. Oh, caught me. Here we go. Game over. Satisfied, Sean? Some janky username. Thank you. Thank you for your super chat donation. Appreciate that. We're working towards another live stream in a couple weeks. If we get a few more live chat or super chats of any amount, we will go ahead and do another one in 2 weeks. Next week is going to be our private monthly members only live stream, which is totally unlike any other live stream that I do. You know, I do the Coin Jam podcast. I do public live streams like this where we play games. The monthly members only live stream is more of like a hangout. All of the channel members who can, they show up, they get into the voice chat with Discord. I'm hanging out in there. I've got the cameras on me, that's being live streamed, but also the voices of everyone in the Discord live chat, that gets pumped to the live stream. That's why it's one of the reasons why it's private and members only, because sometimes the crew gets a little rowdy there and it's not as safe for work as most of my videos and live streams. So if you're interested in that, become a channel member. We have some channel members that just got, a donation, and I'll actually go ahead and here. Hold on. Why is it? I'm going to do this. Boom. I just donated 5 gift memberships. Let's see who those went to. Joel Strahan, DJM, Billy Hill, Brandon C, and J Trey. Welcome. Again, I will post after the live stream. I will do a members only post on the channel with a link to Discord so you guys can get all in there to join the fun, have a good time, hang out, say hi. It's really, ask any channel member. It's a ton of fun. I'm really proud of the community we built in the Discord. And yeah, so cheers to you all. Thank you to all the channel members for supporting the channel, and welcome to the new folks who just got a 1-month free gift membership. If you're wondering why you didn't receive a gift membership, there's something you have to do in YouTube to like be ready to accept it. I don't know if something pops up or something, but you got to click on something to say that you will be willing to accept it. You don't have to have a credit card or anything on file to get the gift membership. Obviously, if you're going to become a paid member, you got to settle up with Google. But yeah, all right, we're rocking and rolling. So yeah, Joust is down. That's unfortunate. Tempest is not down. That's great. Berzerk, when I fired it up, this happens like every time. The marquee light doesn't come on. It doesn't even try to come on. But all I do is take off the marquee and just like pivot the fluorescent tube a little bit, and it fires right up. So I don't know if it's like got corrosion in they're called tombstones, the things that hold on to the fluorescent light, or if the starter's bad or something. It's working. The light's nice and bright. So that's kind of annoying. Tempest is fully working, knock on wood. Yeah, lots of stuff going on. Oh yeah, Papa Sean 69 says you also can't be using a brand account and receive a gift membership. Lots of stuff going on in the garage. Been working more on the Jungle King. Very surprised by how well that video is performing. I guess it had just so like a pretty bold thumbnail and mutilated in the title. But that's performing really, really well. Let's see. In that video, we replaced the wood with the biscuit joiner and the router. Since then, I have bondoed the seams, sanded it really well, and I've started the process of painting. Used an acrylic sealer on the MDF because MDF will just soak up any water-based paint. Found some acrylic paints at Michael's, the craft store, that I think are a pretty good match, but you never know until you put it on the medium or on the whatever surface that you're painting. And then I primed it today. Tomorrow I will paint like the inside black part while the primer on the outside is drying. And then, you know, it's two-color like stencil. The background color is a light green, like a lime green, and there's lines on the top that are dark green. Painting the light green will be fine. And I think I'm going to try making a partial stencil by hand for the lines. I ordered some stencil, some temporary like vinyl stencil material that I think people will use like cry cuts to make. But I'm going to try to like trace, like print out the side art in black and white on regular paper and do it a bunch of times until I get it perfectly sized where it matches up to just the portion of the cabinet, and then trace that and then cut it out and apply that stencil and cross my fingers and hope it comes out okay and hope the paint that I got is a close enough match. So yeah, thanks that 80s room. That was a fun video to do. The video that update video with the paint will likely be coming out not this coming weekend but the one after. The video that I'm planning to release this weekend will be yet another pickup video. Yeah, I do too many of those. I got way too many projects. I just went through them. I think, what do I have, like 25 projects in the garage right now. Picked up two more games. Was not planning on picking up 2 games. I bought, this is the 90th and the 91st games that I've ever owned. And in all this time, I have never up until now bought a game on eBay. But I finally bought a game off of eBay. And had to drive down to North Carolina to pick it up. And when I got there, the seller all but forced me to take a second cabinet. Both of them are cabarets. One of them has already found a new home with someone, with a channel member who was in the live chat earlier, might still be there. But I'm keeping one of them. It was listed as working, and shown working in the listing. And yeah, the game that you got, Mike, didn't have a board, but you've got it working already. But the one I'm keeping, I haven't tested it yet because it doesn't have the keys, and you know, being transported, I like to open up games, just go inside, make sure there isn't something, you know, obviously wrong or disconnected or whatnot before firing it up. So it also, the key on the back in particular is right by the neck of the tube, and I don't want to drill the lockout right there. So I got, and it's a tubular lock. I tried picking it. I spent an hour trying to pick it. I was able to get multiple pins to whatever set or something, but I just couldn't get the right tension on the tube. So I actually bought, like, they're apparently you can't buy them on Amazon, but I found an eBay seller. They are tube lock impressioning tools, and it's like something for a locksmith to like basically take an impression of a. Anyway, you'll see it. It should be delivered tomorrow. We'll be able to get into the cabinet. Everything we sorted out, and that'll be this weekend. And then next weekend's video will be painting the Jungle King cabinet. We have a $5 billion Canadian super chat donation from channel member Papa Sean 69, who asks for Mr. Do's Wild Ride or Tempest if you don't have it. Almost ready to crack number 8. I'm still on number 1, so I'm a little bit behind you, but cheers to you, Papa Sean. So we don't have Mr. Do's Wild Ride down here. We do have Do Run Run. I have a tube out in the garage with Mr. Do's Wild Ride Burn, but we'll play Tempest, which is a lot of fun. So we'll move the secondary camera, our game camera, over to Tempest. Sliding this way, seeing the Joust, which is unfortunately down. That'll be easy to bring back to life. Lots of other games down here, and more behind me. There's a Dig Dug. There's a Centipede that has Millipede installed, Asteroids, we got some pins, we got all kinds of stuff. Let me get the camera aligned here, which is a little bit tricky sometimes. That looks pretty good. Or nope, you can't see the bottom of the screen. Maybe there. We'll give it a second to adjust itself. Whoa, we're still way too zoomed in. Okay, almost there. Ooh, man. I need Sean like real time, being like up, down, left, right. That looks okay. All right, let's get some quarters. And thank you again, Papa Sean, for the super generous super chat donation. And here we go with Tempest. Of course, we'll do the skill step. Try not to humiliate myself. Whoop, and, you know, just like that. Just like that. There we go. Having the camera in the way is, you know, always awkward. Here we go with our bonus life from the... Yeah, you got me. Oh my gosh, I got another quarter, don't worry. Hopefully we can at least advance the... skill step. Nope, that's not good. You know, I've had this cabinet for a long time, and I did buy the bushing to make the whirring sound go away. We're not going to put our name in for such a pathetic score. I know, because like that's what Tempest sounds like. You know, I know that originally, brand new from the factory, it didn't have that. But every Tempest you find in the field, right, on location, if people are brave enough to put color vectors on location. Oh, I can never get that angle trick right. They're always got the whirring sound. That's what Tempest sounds like. Fox Lover with another super chat donation who wants Centipede, but we can play the Centipede cabinet, but I've got my Millipede board in there right now with an adapter. So if you're okay with Millipede, we will fire that up and play that next. Millipede is a fun, frantic version of Centipede. Centipede was the first ever, wow. Centipede was the first ever game that I owned, first ever game that I bought. And from that, the whole time, dang, I had been looking for a inexpensive working Millipede board. But those are not the easiest things to come by. Let's see, that's this one. I think I just turned it on. Because, you know, there's fewer Millipede boards out there than there are Centipede boards. And Millipede boards are in more demand because you can set up the multi-game kit on them. So we'll come over here, and yes, this is a Centipede cabinet with Millipede installed. Okay, let's get it lined up here. Right, not quite. Yeah, I use my iPhone as the secondary camera on a tripod, which is great, and it works. It's wireless, works great with OBS and all that stuff, but it turns off the screen. It would be great if it left the screen on as like a viewfinder so that I don't have to walk back and forth to the computer screen to see if I've got it lined up, and I think that's pretty good. So we'll grab a couple quarters, and yeah. Ooh, this quarter's like messed up. Let's see if it works. I'll try it. See if it gets rejected. It almost looks like it got run over by train tracks. Oh, it's on free play. What am I even doing? Okay, here we go. Millipede. Yeah, right off the bat. Great job, Charlie. Another game where I'm kneeling on the ground to play it because the camera's in the way. These darn spiders. Pirate Wiggins, you want Dig Dug? Let me tell you, Dig Dug was another one I was looking for a long time, and actually found this one that's right next to my Centipede cabinet on my birthday this year. I was at work. We do get, you know, they give us our birthdays off for, you know, at work, but my birthday is often the first day of the year, like of the work year. And I didn't want to, you know, after having Christmas and New Year's and all that, miss the first day back where literally everyone's in the office and all the meetings for the start of the year. So anyway, I was working on my birthday, sitting at my desk in between meetings. And in the aforementioned members-only Discord, where we're often sharing good deals and finding things for each other, and, you know, because you as an individual can only check Facebook Marketplace so many times a day, right? And when you have friends that are checking Facebook Marketplace for you, it's like you have, you know, 120 people checking Facebook Marketplace for you every day. And lo and behold, Liam from Retro Robotics and from the Coin Jam podcast, who also lives about 90 minutes away from me, awesome guy, and his wife, Sam, awesome lady. He found a Dig Dug for, I think it was $100. Really nice shape on the way home from my office. So the lady, you know, I didn't have anything in my car. You know, I didn't have a hand truck or anything. I did have ratchet straps, but not a hand truck and not anything else that I needed. And the lady's like, you need to come get it right now, even though it had been listed for a couple of days and we had just noticed it. And so, yeah, I stopped at Home Depot on the way home, bought a third hand truck. Cheapest one they had. It barely worked. I almost killed a lady getting it out of her basement. It also, I needed to do it really fast and get home because my wife had, you know, dinner and everything with the kids planned for my birthday. Oops. And, who was that? Is that it? We'll play another. And it took way too much time. Yeah, we'll skill step it. It took way too much time to get home. And I almost killed the lady, but she was like, not on purpose. She was like, you know, I don't know, 90 years old. She was trying to help, and she let the back door kind of fall and hit her in the face. Not my fault. But there I am thinking to myself, how am I going to explain this to the paramedics if this woman gets knocked out, killed? Oh, she sold me something on Facebook Marketplace, but all's well that ends well. I think it was, didn't I just have to, like, fix the power supply and it fired right up? Beautiful looking cabinet's in awesome shape. Yeah, Dig Dug is also, for as common a cabinet as it is, Dig Dug, you know, just doesn't seem to come up for sale as often as you might think. But very, very happy that I have it. So, yeah, here we go. There's a little Millipede action for y'all. And again, thank you to Fox Lover VR for the $5 billion super chat donation. That's Fox Lover's second of the evening. And we are rocking and rolling. What have I been missing here? Yeah, robbed her with a Dig Dug. No, I'm a nice guy. I am a very nice guy. Change your display to never sleep when you're doing this. So that's not what it is, Levi. So it takes over the phone and uses the phone as a wireless camera for the computer. And when you do that, it like has a display that says, oh, the phone is in called continuity camera mode. So it doesn't let you this. It should leave the screen on as like a viewfinder so you know what the camera is pointing at. But it's all good. It's all good. So yeah, guys, we're here to celebrate 8,000 subscribers on the channel, which is still, I'm in awe. It's unbelievable. You know, when I started this channel, it's almost like 4 years ago now. We're coming up on 4 years. I remember with my kids, they would ask me every day, "Oh, how many subscribers do you have?" How many you know, I'd be like, "Oh, I have 17 subscribers now," or "Oh, I've got 40 subscribers now." And they were so excited because they were a lot, you know, younger. And now they don't even care. Like, "Oh, when are you getting a plaque, Dad? When are you getting a plaque?" I'm like, nobody that does a channel like this, you know, gets a plaque. John never got a plaque. Ron and Joe haven't gotten a plaque. They're probably the closest, right? Um, there's not enough of us out there, you know, with these niche YouTube channels. There's not enough people, you know. We're not going to get 100,000 or 1,000,000 subscribers on this channel, but I value every single one of you guys. So thank you, and again, cheers to you all. Couldn't do it without you. Otherwise, I'd be, you know, just shouting into the ether. People ask me kind of like what I get out of the channel. One of the biggest things is it keeps me from being lazy, just with respect to the hobby, right? Without the channel having the accountability of you know, having a goal of putting out a video every week, it would be so easy at night, which is when I do most of my work on the games, to say, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go sit on my butt and watch TV or go to bed early or whatever, right? But having the channel and knowing that I want to get a video out for you guys makes me say, hey, no, let me go take an hour, get out to the garage, do something, film it, whatever it is. So it's a good sort of thing to force me to do what I really like to do and enjoy doing. But if I didn't have the channel, of course, I'd still be working on these games. I would just probably be a lot lazier about it and less organized about it. So thank you for helping me to keep myself accountable. Jump in general, what's happening, another channel member. Another one that I know in real life. Let's see. Of the people in the live chat here, who have I met in real life? Jumping general, I see like a couple times a year. Obviously, Sean, I've met a couple of times. Sean's been great. Him and Zoner. Always, you know, put something together for me when I'm out in California. Mike JM lives close to me. I see him pretty frequently. Awesome guy. Who else here that I've met in real life? Oh, am I missing anybody that I've met in person before? I thought there was somebody else. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I think that's everyone I've met in real life. Fox Lover with another super chat donation. This one is for $2 billion. Wants to see Dig Dug, so you got it. Let's get Dig Dug going. And it's always, you know, a bit of a rolling the dice. When you turn these games on, hope that they work. We shall see. We will find out. Okay. Oh, turned on the wrong game. Turned on Asteroids. That should be now Dig Dug. Yep. Dig Dug is starting up. Okay. This monitor takes a minute to warm up. And if it doesn't work, oh, there it comes. We have a backup. We can play Dig Dug on the bit kit, but that's a backup only if necessary. This tube is not as strong as some others, so it takes a good 30 seconds to really get rolling. And it's a Geo 7, which never looks awesome on camera, but that's about as good as we're going to get. So let's play. Oh, I don't even need these quarters because I got the door open. Let's fire it up. Oh, and they got the guards on them, so. Is that not working? Huh. Let's see. Is that not working? Why is that not working? Oh. Okay. One of the credit switches is disconnected, but this one should be working. see what I can do here. Okay. There we go. All right, now we're credited up. Sean's giving me a hard time, saying, oh, I didn't know this was a repair video. Live repair. Okay. Uh-oh. Yeah, right off the bat. Good job, Charlie. Take a flamethrower right to the face. I'm trying to set these guys up for a big drop. Of course, it never works the way you want it to. Yep. Yep. Did you guys know that the lower down on the playfield the bad guys are, when you kill them, the more points you get? See right there? There's 1,000 points. And then if you kill them when they're in the higher strata... Oh, I got stuck. I needed to disengage that. The pump shot. Okay. But we'll play at least 2 credits. I'm not good enough to marathon these games. So, we'll be alright. Oh! Yeah, I did get points for that. Yeah, you can score after dying in Dig Dug, which is probably a glitch. I can't imagine they meant to do that. But we'll start again here. Such a classic game, though. And, you know, with Stranger Things featuring it, only made it even more popular for a whole new generation of players. Whoops. Not what I meant to do. Let's see. Yeah, we got 3 of them. Okay. Not bad. Okay. I don't really necessarily have a strategy. My strategy is to try to score points. Yeah, and, you know, miss, obviously. Okay, am I going to catch it? Yeah, okay. Oh, Fygar had to stop on me there. Oh, yeah. Am I going to be lucky here? Nope. Nope, not at all. Because in Dig Dug, they can outrun you. The bad guys can outrun you. So, there's that. You going to come out here, Fygar? Yeah. All right. Pump your guts full of air. Come on. Come on, Puka. Come on, Puka. There you go. Yeah, I don't really have much of a strategy. Like I said, I work on games. I don't play games. Oh my gosh! I'm going to blame the joystick on that. Yeah. Nope, nope, not at all. Nope. Yeah. That's it, guys. You don't come to Overtime Arcade for gameplay tutorials or anything like that. Playing games is a nice bonus at the end when the games are fixed and working. But, yeah, thank you again so much. Fox Lover VR, 3-time hat trick super chats. What's going on? Yeah. Yeah, first quick death, I mean, that's the thing, you know. You get a little bit of performance anxiety. It's hard to perform on camera sometimes. Yeah, you miss the free throw, whatever. Juijo, What's up, brother? Congrats, thanks. Am I pronouncing that right? Dweejetto? 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 Dhwijedo. Thank you. Congratulations. Yes. Congratulations to you all for helping to make this channel a success. Oh, EW. Yeah. How come you're not using your channel member account here? What's going on? All right. Yeah, I know, Levi, a while back. Man, that's like 2 years ago now. I was out in Idaho. But that was like a 36-hour whirlwind. That was one of the most crazy work trips I've ever been on. So, if you guys don't know, I live in Northern Virginia, about an hour outside of Washington, D.C., our nation's lovely capital. And for a work trip, I had to go to Idaho Falls, Idaho, which is not the easiest place to get to. And I also had to thread the needle in between, other work obligations and like home stuff, kids stuff, whatever. So I flew DC to Dallas, connection in Dallas, to Jackson Hole, Wyoming, rented a car, drove to Idaho Falls, but like took a long detour to clip through South Yellowstone and get Montana off the list. I had never been to Montana before. And then drove down from South Yellowstone. Is it South Yellowstone or West Yellowstone? Kind of that sort of like southwest corner of Montana to get down to Idaho Falls. Spent the night, meeting all day in Idaho Falls. And then that evening, like 4 o'clock, drove all the way down to Salt Lake City to fly to connect a red eye from Salt Lake City, connection in Charlotte back to DC. So that was crazy. A lot of driving, even though that was obviously flying out there. But that was the only way I could leave when I had to leave and get home when I needed to get home and do the meeting that I had to do out in Idaho Falls. But yeah, crazy work trip. So yeah, very, very cool. I actually don't work for the Department of Energy. Yeah, those kind of folks are who I was meeting out in Idaho Falls. No, I have not been a government employee at any point since 2007. I was in the Air Force. Some people know that. The only time I've ever been employed by any government agency is when I was a member of the Air Force. But yeah. So, how are we doing, Sean? Still with me, or did you fall asleep because the live stream's so boring? Okay. Have you had to use the ban hammer yet on anyone misbehaving in the live chat? I think everyone's been pretty well behaved. All right, but you Zoner hasn't shown up. That's right. But keep your finger on that trigger. You never know. You never know when somebody will come unglued and say they don't like Ms. Pac-Man or something like that. We can't have her good honor be besmirched in the live stream or in the live chat. So yeah, just looking again, I am completely shocked by how well the last video did. Usually pickup videos are the best by far. So like the reactor pickup did really well. The versus dual system upright pickup video did really well. Pickup videos usually do the best. My best ever video was, I guess, it was a pickup and we fixed it all in the same video for the Sega Carnival that used to be right there that I subsequently traded to another channel member, Warren Maiden. And this is doing really, really well for a non-pickup video. A little bit of woodworking, which is not my specialty, but I think the really bright Taito cabinet on its side with pieces cut out of it made for a good thumbnail. And then obviously the word mutilated in all caps in the title drew some eyes. But it's not clickbait because it's all relevant and all true. So that's done really, really well. I'm excited for the video we're doing this week, the pickup video. It's an uncommon version of a very, very common game that I've wanted for a while. I've owned another version of this cabinet as a project that I never fixed, and I decided there was a specific version of this cabinet that I really wanted, and finally found it. I think it's probably destined to go to my office at work. I've got a couple of games I was in the office today. I work from home, I would say most of the time, but 1 or 2 days a week I go into my actual office. I've got 2 games in this like break room area. The Ms. Pac-Man that we restored on the channel, did the stencils and everything, and also a Dynamo cocktail cabinet with cocktail table with Atari Tetris installed. So 2 crowd pleasers. Everybody knows Ms. Pac-Man. Everybody knows Tetris. So those will do great. I think this, and I've got room for maybe up to 6 more that I could cram in there. But this specific cabinet, I think, is going to go into my literal office at work, not just the break area. I let people on my team, whatever, use my office anytime they want to when I'm not there. So it's not just a private space. But it's nice. It's a cabaret. There's a little nook for it in the office. It'll fit right in there. So that'll be fun. And that's kind of a bit of a theme with my channel or with my collection, completely unintentional, which is having somewhat uncommon versions of common games. So I've got the DECO BurgerTime. I've got the Joust with optical joysticks, the mini Pac-Man, dual monitor Play Choice 10, Cabaret Tempest, Cabaret Asteroids, the Sidam Bosconian, an Italian Bosconian cabinet. Is this glitching on me? Nope, it's okay. So, holy cow, Cameron Cardwell, channel member with a $1.99 billion super chat donation. Cameron, I can't do it. The Outrun hasn't come down into the basement yet. The Outrun Cabaret, the Outrun Mini is fully working, good to go, 100%, but it has not come down into the basement yet. It's up in the garage, and there isn't a way for me to move into the garage and not and lose the live stream. So I will play that soon. That will be down here soon. Please pick a different game. We've got all the options listed in the video description, all the dedicated cabinets, and then all the different games that you can play on the Play Choice 10 or the bit kits, that sort of thing. So I'm sorry, I don't mean to break your son's heart, Cameron. That's my kid's favorite game right now. But just pick a different one. Yeah, cabarets. It's funny. I'm kind of curious because the Asteroids cabaret is tiny, and I have it where I have it because it's right next to the wall where the light switch is for the room, and I can reach the light switch. Like the light switch is higher up on the wall than the top of the cabinet. So I don't have to like have it next to a cabinet and squeeze my arm in to hit the light switch. I can just reach over. It's totally fine. The game that I'm picking up, or I picked up in the video that we're doing this weekend, is also a cabaret. And I think it's technically taller, but overall, like volume-wise, I think it's smaller than the Asteroids cabaret. So, hey, some janky username. Thank you so much. Appreciate you swinging by. I appreciate the super chat donations. And yeah. Okay, Cameron says Pac-Man then. Let's turn Pac-Man on. So some updates with Pac-Man. It's working. And I got a new PCB for it. So the PCB that I had for this cabinet was an original Pac-Man PCB that had a hack to run Ms. Pac-Man on it without the daughter card. And that was fine, but I wanted real Pac-Man in it. So I got a board from another channel member, SNES Cube 64, and it's working, but it's not exactly perfect. We've got, I don't know if you can hear, we've got some hum on the speakers, and we've got a bit of a hum bar, so I'm not sure if the amp is going on it or what the deal is. And that hum bar doesn't appear with different games installed. Like I have, a regular Ms. Pac PCB. I've got the other one that's been hacked to play a bootleg Ms. Pac PCB. So it's something with this board. So let me drop a quarter or two in this thing. So hopefully you can't hear the humming. Sorry, you can probably see that hum bar, but it is what it is, and we'll be all right. Not a big deal. All right, dropping in a quarter. That didn't work. Try a different one. That didn't work. Awesome. How are we going to do this? Because if I open it up, it's going to turn on the... It's going to do the... Let's try it again. There we go. All right, the backup plan was to play it on the bit kit, but we don't want to do that. We want to play it on the dedicated machine. So here we go. Should be nice and loud. Gosh, it's got 5 lives on it, but so we might be here for a little bit. But regular old, original Pac-Man, original slow speed, and got them all lined up here. And let me get the... Didn't get the cherry in time. Okay. There we go. We'll get all 4 of them this time. Almost. Yeah, there we go. These guys get so aggressive so fast. I think it's got the harder difficulty jumper turned on. Like, you can actually solder a pad on Pac-Man to make it harder, if you didn't know. And I think that might be what's going on here. Am I going to get this one? Yeah, we got him. Just barely in time. Just barely in time. But we won't get 4 this time. But we'll clear the board without losing a life. How's that? Are you satisfied, Cameron? You learn any tips and tricks from this gameplay? There we go. I have a friend of mine, female coworker. She, there's a guy, actually former coworker, but we've stayed in touch. There was a guy who kept asking her out her new job, kept asking her out, and she finally like relented and gave him a chance. And wherever they went, there was I think it was a Ms. Pac-Man cocktail machine, and I think they were waiting for something, I don't know, and he goes to play it. And he loses all of his lives before clearing the first table, and she was like, There's not going to be a second date. I can't believe it." She's like, he tried to demonstrate. Oh, well, there we go. I should talk, right? He was trying to demonstrate his prowess on this first date. Again, she was reluctant to, say yes when he asked her out, but she finally caved. And after all that, he tried to impress her with Pac-Man and blew it. Couldn't even clear the first board. So, there's a tip for you guys. If you're ever trying to show off in front of a woman that you're trying to court, go big or go home. You don't want to fail at Pac-Man. Yep. So, that cracked me up a little bit. I was not expecting that monster to go that way. I know they have names, but I never bothered to remember them by color. Ooh, they're shifty. They're shifty. Yep, I knew that was happening. We might not get to the second cutscene, but we'll be alright. Alright, so I gotta figure out what's causing this hum, speaker hum, and the hum bar with this board. But we'll be alright. And we'll fix the setting to turn off the higher difficulty. See, look at this. Oh, we'll turn off the higher difficulty. We'll put it on 3 lives, and then I'll be able to play for quite a long time on a single credit. Trust me. Yes, there's a hum bar too, Sean. So there's a hum, and there's also it's a hum bar. It's a right to left 60 hertz wave. That's called a hum bar. Very common. No, there's speaker hum, and then the hum bar is a monitor thing. Oops, whoops, whoops. That's not good. Got out of that situation. Nope. There you go. There you go. There's Pac-Man for you. Not bad. Almost 24,000 points. Billy Mitchell doesn't have to worry about me coming after his record, although I do have a delicious bottle of Billy Mitchell hot sauce. This is the limited edition King of Kong edition, which has both Billy himself and Steve Weeby, whatever you prefer, along with a Herbie Hancock signature from the legendary heel Billy Mitchell himself. And if you haven't had Billy Mitchell's hot sauce, which is, what's the name of the brand? Ricky's, which I think is his dad's name, from his dad's restaurant or something. Ricky's hot sauce, it's pretty good. We like hot sauce in my house, and my son and I in particular both really like Ricky's. So check it out. All right. What else we got going on here? Command the Line, what's going on? Command the Line's working on a Midway Off-Road Thunder. Quicksilver 2 computer, yeah. I don't envy you. You know, one of the reasons that my games, I doubt I'll ever own anything newer other than an MVS. Like Metal Slug 3 is, I think, 2000, but I would never really want to own anything later than, like, you know, NBA Jam or something, because now you're starting to get into computers and not just, you know, game PCBs. Lawman Arcade, what's going on? You were on, you're in Austria, right? So Central European time, so it's early in the morning out your way. Thanks for joining, another channel member. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Why don't we go ahead and do this real quick. I just sent out 5 more gift memberships to the Overtime Arcade channel membership program. These went to Hollywood Jedi, Jingles 12, SB Wings, who I think has received it before, JG7417, and Jenny A. Recipe Collector. Welcome to the Overtime Arcade channel membership program. We did a few gift memberships earlier, and also Marky Mark donated 5 gift memberships. I will post a link. I'll make a members only post after the live stream with a link to our private members only Discord. If you have a Discord account and it's already linked to your YouTube account, the server should show right up, pop right up in your list of Discord servers. Welcome to the program. Hope you enjoy it. With channel memberships, you get early access to all new videos, typically a day, sometimes a week. If I'm really ahead of the game, you get access to the videos as soon as they're ready, as soon as they're uploaded, as soon as they're edited, filmed, edited, uploaded, processed, boom. You get them as soon as they're available, sometimes in the middle of the night, you know, way ahead of the scheduled release. You also get access to our Discord, like I mentioned, and you get access to a monthly members only live stream, and ours for August is coming up next week. One thing I've been thinking about actually is like permanently switching my schedule to release videos to the public on Mondays. It just seems that videos that I release on Mondays just do better. They perform better. They get more views. That would probably be easier for me. It would let me basically to work all weekend on the video, get it out Sunday night to channel members, and then out to the public on Monday, evenings. So I might do that. I want to look at the numbers a little bit more. Is the video getting all choppy? That's video seems to be getting. It says stream is healthy, stream excellent. Interesting. Okay. But we might do that. But look at this. A $2 billion super chat donation from Sean Cruikshank, channel member, who says, Tapper, drink when you break a mug. Ooh, I might not survive that. Let me go turn on the Sidekick Bosconian cabinet because that has my horizontal bit kit set up. Let me go do that real quick. And Sean, believe it or not, it's a good thing you sort of did it, honestly, truthfully, because there have been scandals with YouTubers and live streamers on different platforms where they have had people, like affiliated with the channel make super chats to kind of like goose the numbers and make themselves look good. And I'm glad you did it sort of on the up and up and not otherwise to get us in trouble. Okay, cool. That is on, and now we're going to turn this switch on. And this cabinet's weird for whatever reason. I don't know if it's the power supply or something. I basically have to reboot it to get it to run because it's powered on right now. And you'll see it's just a blank screen. But if I quickly turn off the game and turn it back on like this, the bit kit will fire right up. Like that, see? And it's going to come up as Bosconian because that's what this cabinet is. It's a Sidekick Bosconian cabinet with a horizontal bit kit 2 set up in it. It takes a minute to boot Bosconian. There you go. That's the power on self-test. We will hit the reboot and hold the one player down for the menu. Domino Man, Pon Poco, Root Beer Tapper, Regular Tapper, Timber, Bosconia, Flicky, Hard Hat, I'm Sorry, Jungle Hunt, Jungle King, Mousetrap, My Hero, Mousetrap was a fun game, Pepper 2, Pirate Pete, Pitfall 2, Sea Fighter, Sega Ninja, Sidetrack, Teddy Boy Blues, Time Tunnel, Venture, Wonder Boy, Domino Man. We already... Sean, do you want Bud Tapper or Root Beer Tapper? Root Beer Tapper, he says. What? Bud Tapper, okay. Real Tapper. All right. My audio's getting choppy now. I don't know what's going on. I gotta blame my producer for this. Okay. Let's try to play this game and not screw up. Hopefully you can see it. Hopefully it looks okay. Okay, we'll get that. Look at that! Beat the first level without breaking a glass. Okay. I don't like this joystick. All right. Okay. There we go. Look at that. Can you believe it, Sean? This is my best start so far tonight. And now we got the bonus. Okay. He hasn't shaken the first one. I think it's here. Yeah! Unreal. Ooh. Oops. Couple of here. Wow! We're going for the world record, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody hit record. Get this to Twin Galaxies. Somebody wake up Walter Day. Somebody wake up Walter. I'm grooving here, guys. Ooh, I left the money down there, but that's okay. Oof. Uh-oh. That doesn't count as a broken glass. Killed a bird. Oh. Serve him as hot wings. All right. That'll give us a pause. Okay. Okay. This is not good. Yep. Oh, finally had a dissatisfied customer. This is by far the best game of Tapper that I've ever played. We might get to the secret bonus stage. Do you know about that, Sean? No. Somebody tell Sean in live chat. Oops, we lost a glass. Did they tell you, Sean? It's an urban legend. Here we go. Oops. Oh, come on, guys. Oh, we lost another glass. All right. Okay. Okay. Oh. Whoop, he got me. Not bad, though. I think that's game over. Yeah. 47,000 is awesome for me. Yeah, let's do that. Let's enter our initials. There we go. 47,300 on Bud Tapper. Love it. Love it. I had a lot of fun right there. I might have to get a real tapper. I just might have to get one. Yeah. Thank you, Sean. Appreciate the super chat donation. That was an insider donation there. He's on the staff, so I'll just dock that out of his pay. We'll skip the whole taxman situation. I'm going to kill Pac-Man just because the hum is bothering me. There we go. All right. How are we doing? Rocking and rolling. Thank you, Trixie Egg. I love it too. The secret bonus stage. You guys don't know about the secret bonus stage? There's a joke. There's a joke about it. Yeah, I'll let you want to put your mind into the gutter to think about it. Yep. Yep. Kind of bar you might, I don't know. I don't want to get banned. I don't want to get banned. It's not the kind of bar that you would take your wife and kids to, if that makes sense. But I guess that's more than one thing that could be. Anyway. Yeah, all right. Okay. What's everybody working on? What's everybody playing? I'm texting it to Sean. I just sent you a PM on Discord, Sean, so you don't feel left out and what it's all about. Man, the video's getting all choppy. It says stream health is excellent, though. Is it only the desk camera? Let's see. Because when I go to the game camera, it looks okay, right? Our internet was so slow at work today. Unbelievably slow. Filed a ticket with IT. Unbelievably slow. Man, choppy video. We might have played a game again. Who wants to see me play a game? What game do you want to see? Check the video description. Got a ton of games down there that you can choose. Just let me know what you want to see. We'll play it. We'll stay on for a little bit longer. We're having fun. I don't have to get up super early tomorrow. Good times. We're making memories. We're reminiscing about the good old days when you could just find these games everywhere. Every like Main Street had an arcade. Every movie theater had arcade games. Every convenience store had arcade games. Arcade games were everywhere. Arcade games were in the supermarket. Everywhere. Any Mike, what's going on? Hey, what's happening? Mike JM, another Mike, votes for my least favorite game. Well, I don't even own my least favorite game. Sean is right. My least favorite game, my least favorite popular game would be Zaxxon. I accidentally bought a Zaxxon once. I was kind of rolling the dice. I was hoping that it was like a Converticab, like a Sega Vector, because it had Rastan in it. And so it wasn't a total wash because I got a Rastan board out of it, but got rid of that Zaxxon cab real fast. But yeah, any Mike, which stands for New England Mike, near and dear to my heart because I am from New England originally. recent channel member. I've also known Mike in real life for like at least 4 years now. See him a couple times a year, once or twice a year at various parties. Yeah, games in Pizza Hut. I remember, we would get. It was funny. I think it was Thursdays was my dad's night to be responsible for dinner, which often meant pizza or subs instead of cooking. And whether we and Mike will laugh when I say this. In New England, we don't call them sub sandwiches. We don't call them hoagies. We call them grinders. So we would get pizza and grinders, or pizza or grinders. And the place that we would go to didn't deliver. So I would go with my dad to pick it up. You call ahead, put your order in, and then I would hop in the car with him. We'd go pick it up. And he would always give me a quarter. They had a Ms. Pac-Man cocktail machine there. And I would bum a quarter off my dad, pop the quarter in Ms. Pac-Man, and play while we waited for our pizza and grinders to be ready. Yeah, grinders, love them. I would get, they did a meatball grinder, but what they did that was special was they sliced the meatballs, and it made it a much more manageable and less messy meatball sub, because I love meatball subs, but what they usually do is they make them with mini meatballs, and so you don't get like a consistent bite from each bite, right? Some bites you get like no meatball in it because you're kind of like in between the meatballs or whatever. This place, they had the big giant meatballs, but they would slice the meatballs and put the slices of meatballs on the sub with the cheese, with the pizza sauce. Awesome. They also had a really good cheeseburger grinder, which was just think a giant sub, always with toasted bread, but just like cheeseburger, right? Burgers, cheese, shredded lettuce, tomato, whatever, ketchup, mustard, pickles. That was a good time. That was a good time. What was that place called? Dimitri's? Something like that. We didn't have a Pizza Hut in our town. I think we usually got it from Dimitri's. And then there was another pizza place that was just the name of our town. So it was like town name pizza. And we only got pizza from there twice a year when our primary pizza place was closed. They would go on vacation like twice a year. So they would, these are just small mom and pop, restaurants. So when the owners go on vacation, the restaurant's closed for a week, right? So they would do that twice a year. So like literally like 50 times a year, maybe less than that because we would go out of town or whatever. But we would get it from our main pizza place, and then like twice a year, we'd get it from the other place, which was fine. It was just like 5 minutes farther away from our house or whatever. Sean's asking in the live chat, anyone checked out a Pizza Hut Classic? No, I've been meaning to. There's one not too far away from me in Pennsylvania that when I go home, I could take a route that would take me past it. I remember even until like the early 2000s, Pizza Hut was still Pizza Hut. Like I mentioned, I was in the Air Force, got out in 2007, and stationed in Delaware. And the Pizza Hut in Dover, Delaware, like we would go sometimes, and I think it was like $5.99 for the lunch buffet, salad bar, all you can eat pizza, $5.99, probably $2 more for a soda. That was a good time. I've got a story though, pizza story. You guys are going to get me hungry. So in high school, I played football, and we would often do like eating challenges, like as players, right? Sometimes it would get like gross or whatever because people would eat so much, and we had like two different high schools that shared a football team. The high schools were right next to each other. And if one of the schools had like a half a day, but the other one didn't, practice would still be at the normal time. And so you'd have, half the team from one of the two schools just with nothing to do. And sometimes they would go to like, Pizza Hut lunch buffet and just eat so much and then come to practice and throw up an entire meat lover's pizza because they ate a whole pizza before coming to practice. Anyway, again, any Mike is going to laugh when he hears me say this. There's a famous pizza chain in New England that's really only in New England called Papa Gino's. like the jingle was always Boston's favorite pizza, Papa Gino's. Well, there was a Papa Gino's really close to my high school, and they had some deal on like Tuesday nights or something where it was all you can eat for, you know, whatever, $6 or something like that. And we would go and just clean this place out. We would show up after practice with like 20 hungry high school football players, and we would just like, our goal was to put this franchise out of business, right? By just eating as much as humanly possible. And they kept changing the rules to kind of, you know, it was like a cat and mouse game, right? So the first thing they did was, during the all-you-can-eat pizza, they wouldn't let us take entire pizzas at a time. They made us go up and get slice by slice by slice, thinking that would slow us down, but it didn't, because we would literally eat a slice on the way back to the table before, you know. And then they did a thing where they would have, no free refills on your sodas during unlimited pizza night. It's like, okay, we'll just drink water, right? Because we're broke high school students. It doesn't matter. And eventually that Papa Gino's location went out of business. It really wasn't because of us. You know, Papa Gino's, I think, has contracted a bit. But I don't have Puyon, and I don't think I have it on... is Puyon on BitKit? If it is, I don't have it on my vertical BitKit setup, because I have all of the vertical games that BitKit supports with a 4-way joystick and a single button. I think Puyon uses 2 buttons. Is Puyon on BitKit? Let me check here. Okay, let's see. It's not. I know I don't have it loaded. Yep. Puyon, is Puyon on anything? Does anything support Puyon? Yeah, I don't think Puyon's on any BitKit. Yeah, people have asked for it, but yeah, I don't have Puyon. There's not too far away from me is, why am I blanking on his name? His avatar on Clav is a virtual boy. His real name is Pat. He does a party every year. It lives like 45 minutes away from me, and he's got a really nice Puyon in his living room, which is awesome. But no, sadly, Mike, I do not own a Puyon. I would love to. That is a cool game. Best game ever conceived, based on 3 Little Pigs. Yeah, is it on the 16-1? I do have a 16-1 board that I use as like just a JAMA test board, but that's up in the garage. Yeah, Dog P. Real name is Pat. He has a really cool, really nice Puyon. Yeah, 3 Little Pigs. I think the name probably hurt it. I think it would have done better if maybe it was just called 3 Little Pigs or something like that. Or Big Bad Wolves. Yeah, if it's on this 16-1, what games do I have here with JAMA harnesses? The DECO BurgerTime with BitKit is a JAMA harness. Oops. Pengo has an original board with a JAMA adapter and a JAMA harness. I think Frogger is the same way. I don't think either of those have original boards, but not original harnesses. Berzerk has a J-Rock, so that's got a JAMA harness. The Bosconian is a BitKit. So there's more JAMA cabinets upstairs. Whoa! Stringer Films! Where have you been all my life? Out of the blue, $1.99 billion super chat donation, my man. It won't let me click on it. What's going on? It's like the stream freezing on me. What is going on here? There we go. Stringer Films channel member. You've been quiet, my friend. I haven't heard from you in months. Good to see you. Thank you for the super chat donation. Please pick a game for us to play. Please pick a game. So far tonight, we've played DK3, we played Tempest, we played Tapper, we played Eyes, and Pac-Man, and Dig Dug, and Millipede. Lots of other games we have down here to play, though. So thank you, Matt. Thank you for the super chat. Let me know what game you want to see. Yeah, it's like, I think the tab is freezing on me. So let me reload this tab here to get the live chat going again. Stream's still good, right, Sean? Yeah, okay. I've had the live chat tab in the browser crash on me before, so maybe that's what's going on. And now it doesn't even want to load. We'll just kill this and open up a whole new tab here. We'll go here, and we'll go here. Sorry, guys. It's a live show. This is what you get. Okay. Go on this here. Okay. Oh, we got another Sean. Sorry, yeah. Trixie, I keep talking to Sean in my ear, who's my executive producer of Worldwide Operations. But his name is Sean, too. So, but yeah, Matt, please do pick a game. We could play anything. We can't play Joust. Joust is down. Joust is coming up with RAM Error 37 out of the blue. It will boot past that, but there's graphical glitches and sprites that are missing. So we'll figure that out. Maybe it's just a RAM chip that's gone bad, or voltage, maybe reseating connectors or something. But always sad to see a game go down. Joust is usually good. The only thing that Joust ever happens sometimes is the sound card gets a little wonky, but a power cycle usually fixes that. Every once in a while, games on the PlayChoice 10 have to be reseated. Any Mike wants Frogger. We can play Frogger while we're waiting for Matt to pick a game. So we'll do that real quick. We'll switch to our secondary camera and reposition it at Frogger. This is the Frogger that I picked up from a college football frat house years ago. We restored it on the channel. It had been converted to a, was it Atari 2 or Atari 3? One of the Atari Warriors games. And the wood grain vinyl, the original wood grain vinyl, couldn't be recovered. So I got new stuff and went with some fun. You can't see it at all because it's in a row. But it's got reproduction site art based on what was in that episode of Seinfeld. Here we go. That's not bad. We will credit it up. Yeah, I don't even have the credit switches connected. There we go. All right. Frogger. I love Frogger. Get the fly! Eat it! Isn't that what George says? I always thought that the kid who was playing Frogger in the pizza restaurant was like young Pete from Pete and Pete. But I don't think it's that. That's the actor. It just looks like him from an angle. All right, and we got our girlfriend frog. And we've made it. One thing that always really confused me about Frogger is why you die when you go in the water. Because what I learned in school was that frogs were amphibious creatures and, spent most of their time in the water. But maybe Frogger is not actually a frog. Maybe Frogger is a toad. And can toads live in water? Maybe I'm just all kinds of screwed up. All right. Got some fast moving logs here. We'll go all the way to the end. Just to get that one out of the way. What a great game. Iconic. Everybody knows Frogger. It's friendly. It's just a joystick. Whoa! Had to dodge. Dodge getting run over there. Alright, we got our lady frog. We're going to have to work our way back to the left. Watch out for alligators. These drivers are way too fast. Okay. Come on, logs. I don't have all day. Little double jump action. Alright, now we gotta work to the left. Ooh! There we go. How do you like them apples? I haven't even died yet. Probably just jinxed myself, though. Okay, let's see. Focusing. I know you're not getting much of a commentary here. Sometimes I gotta think about what I'm doing. Alright, let's go get our girlfriend again. Come on, logs. Oh! There's a snake on that one. I'm gonna run out of time, I'm worried. Come on, let's move it. Let's get it in gear. Okay, we made it. Pengo's going off in my ear. Right in the back of a crocodile. Another world record attempt here. With Frogger, I always feel like if I can get to 10,000 without losing a life, I'm doing okay. Yeah, it's not great. Yep. Yep. I kind of saw that coming. I gotta get all the way to the left. Yeah, I know. There we go. Just made it. 3 seconds left on that one. Look at that snake. Okay, come on. Give me another log here. Yankee Doodle Dandy. Okay, we're locked in. My goodness. How do you expect me to get across the pond if there's not enough logs? We're almost out of time. Yep. Yeah, it was unfortunate. I was dillying and dallying. Come on. I know, that snake is on that log. Okay. Coming for your record, Costanza. Coming for you. Whoops. That was a joystick error. Oh my gosh! It just hit the gas on me. We'll take this all the way to the right. Okay. And yeah, this is running original hardware. It just doesn't have an original harness. It has a jam adapter on the PCB. Oh! Did I miss that jump? Anyway, yeah, original board, just a not original harness. So, thanks for the recommendation, Mike. That was fun. Stringer. You gotta pick a game, Stringer. Oh, man. Yeah, knee deep in yard work for a year. A whole year? Man, I hope you're building some epic backyard hardscape thing. All right. Got time for maybe a couple more games here. If there's anything anyone wants to see. Okay. Special Fireball and Bubble Bobble. I'm not sure I've ever got that far. Yeah. I expect you to die, Mr. Bond. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, really appreciate all of the super chats this evening from some janky username who donated first, and then Fox Lover VR, 1, 2, 3 separate super chat donations. We also had Marky Mark donated 5 gift memberships to the channel membership program. Papa Sean 69 donated. Cameron Cardwell donated. Sean Kirkshank and Stringer Films all donated. Thank you guys for that. Totally unnecessary. That goes right into the arcade budget. I might need to buy a new tripod. This is my I already have the second tripod I've used for the channel. The first one broke, physically broke. It was old. I'd had it for years, even before the channel. This is one that Chance from the Coin Jam podcast, who is a professional, he works in movies and TV shows. He recommended this specific one, and I've never liked it. It doesn't have a crossbar across the legs, so you can't lock it in. So the legs are always flip-flopping around. And one of the extension connectors is falling apart now. So might be in the market for another tripod. Might be nice to have one with wheels, but then again, that'll probably cause problems because it'll just roll in the driveway or whatever. There probably is no one-size-fits-all solution. Real M Chat says you have an interesting collection of cabinets. Robotron is my favorite. Robotron, I think, is my favorite game. I am very partial to Tempest. There's a lot of games that I like. I like Bubbles. I like Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong 3. I like Reactor. But Robotron is probably my favorite game. Yeah. I think probably Robotron's my favorite game. All right. So yeah, any other requests? We can play another game or two. Yeah, it's too bad that Joust is down. Again, what's coming up in future episodes? I've got a pickup video this weekend. I actually picked up 2 cabinets. only keeping one. One of them has already moved on to its new home. Really excited for the one that I got. And then next weekend, I will hopefully have finished painting the repair that I made to the Jungle King cabinet. I've been working on that in fits and starts, because you have to spray things and sand things and let them dry and whatnot. Right now there's a coat of primer. So I after the last episode, I used Bondo to fill in the cracks, sanded that down, hit it with some acrylic sealer, because if you put paint directly on MDF with water-based paint, it'll like soak it up and also cause the MDF to expand. So I got the sealer on, that dried, and I put a coat of primer on that. We'll let that dry for a day. Then I'll put the background color, the light green, and then I'm gonna like hand make a stencil for the dark green lines. So okay. Oh, thank you, Mike. Appreciate it. The post hoc $4.99 billion super chat donation from channel member Any Mike, New England Mike, for the Frogger game. Thank you. Feel free to pick another game, Mike. I think we'll play one more game and then call it an evening. But really appreciate the super chat donation. That'll go right into maybe the budget for a new tripod. Cameron Cardwell sent a treat for 5 jewels. So this is the second time I've gotten this. I have absolutely positively no idea what jewels do. YouTube tried to communicate what they're for. Is it like bits on Twitch? I don't like. It's like an emoji. I appreciate it. I'm sure it's something. I have no idea what jewels do, but thank you, Cameron. Real M Chat likes 2D fighters and shmups, especially Cave shmups. Yep, Cave is a great developer. Loving the new decompose of DDP SOJ. I'm not sure I know what that is. But yeah, Cave shmups are good. 2D fighters, yeah, I mean, I've owned Mortal Kombat 2. That was fun. Mike wants Bubbles or Tempest. We already played Tempest, so why don't we do Bubbles? I love Bubbles. Let's get the camera set up, and we will play some Bubbles. Thank you again, Mike. We will slide on down over here and get the camera good to go. Bubbles is a game where if you don't know how to play it, you got to kind of watch somebody that knows what they're doing to kind of figure out what you're supposed to do, because it's a little bit, camera feels like it's zoomed way in. It's a little bit not intuitive at first. What does what and what you got to do to score and advance. Man, the camera's like way zoomed in. I don't know what's up with that. I gotta get my producer on that. Man, I can't like even go back any farther. I've only got like 3 feet in this row between, or in this aisle between the games. Let's see. Okay, that'll be fine. Sorry for the production value, guys. All right. Bubbles. So the object of the game is you are this like scrubbing bubble, and you're trying to eat up all the crumbs and the ants and clean up the sink. To kill the cockroaches, which are those big guys, you need to have the broom that you get from the cleaning lady, which is kind of creepy. Bonus points if you get a crumb or an ant or greasy really close to the drain. Once you get big enough that you have a mouth, you can the drain turns green and you can go down the drain. If you try to do that before you have a mouth and before the light turns green, you will die. And if you clean up everything, and or because like the other, oh, okay, that's good. Get out of there. If you eat up everything and you aren't big enough to go down the drain, you also die. So it's kind of confusing sometimes. and it's just a, oh, and I didn't get it that time from the lady because you don't always get the broom from her. And now this is sort of a different stage where it starts with nothing, and you got to kind of try to get stuff. Okay, we got a broom, so we can fight the roaches when they come out. Oh, you got to hit it, like aim the broom at them, but you keep the broom in between lives. You got to make sure you get enough of things to... Here we go. Got another broom. We can take out another roach. Oh! And I moved it at the last second. The joystick is a little bit slippery because it's the optical, sort of a full 360, you know, motion. Okay, we got a broom again for more points. All right, let's get this cleaning lady. Get a broom. There we go. Another one. Kind of maxing this one out. And we'll just go down the drain. Because you also get a dive ahead bonus if you don't wait for the sink to kind of like finish itself, which is when you clear all the things out of it. If you don't wait and you do dive down once the sink is green, you basically skip ahead a sink, if that makes sense. And often, if there's a lot going on that can kill you on a screen, you do want to kind of dive ahead. So it's like, unless you can very safely get more points, you kind of do want to dive ahead as soon as you're able to, like right there. Oh, but I hit a razor blade, so that's not great. I could have stayed out and just point pressed a little bit, but we'll do this. And I can usually pretty reliably score 100,000 points. Oops. Maybe not today because I'm talking instead of playing. There we go. And you get bonus points also for diving ahead. And it gets pretty hectic. You got to be sort of thinking about where you're moving. Oop, yep, see, didn't score 100,000 there. We'll play one more time. You got the basic idea. And the brooms, once you have a mouth, you can hit the brooms and like bump them into the sink. That's like 2,000 points. So let me see if I can try to do that. Nope. Okay. Ooh, but that, if you, when you bump them, it kind of like takes life away from you. Come on, get in the sink. Oh! Let me try to bump one of these guys in. There we go. See, I bumped him down the drain. That was 2,000 points. And the bigger you are when you go down the sink, the more points you get. So, strange game. Weird concept. You know, kids didn't used to grow up wanting to be a Bobble as the hero. But awesome Williams gameplay. Cool cabinet. But yeah, it's often not super obvious what to do, what can kill you, what the object is, how to score. Yep. So. Yep, you don't always get the broom from the lady. Now I gotta kind of watch out. Yep. Yeah, that's it for Bubbles. Thank you again, Any Mike, for the super chat donation. And there we go. What was that? All live stream a year ago or so. All right, cool guys. I think we're going to wrap it up here. It's after midnight on the East Coast. It's already Friday. Want to say thanks again to all of our super chat donors. Some janky username. Marky Mark donated 5 gift channel memberships. Fox Lover with not 1, not 2, but 3 super chat donations. Papa Sean 69, Cameron Cardwell, Sean Crookshank, Stringer Films, Any Mike, and then Cameron also sent a treat for, for 5 joules. I still don't know what that means. And Mike, thanks again. And a very special thank you to my executive producer, channel member, Sean Cruikshank, for making this all possible. He's the guy in my ear the whole time. He's keeping an eye on the live chat while I'm playing games, making sure I don't miss anything, especially super chats or anything cool you guys are talking about. Joules can be converted into money, right? It's like money can be used to exchange for goods and services. I don't know how this works. Economics, right? But yeah, say a prayer for Joust. We'll get Joust back up and running soon. Nothing else went down. We got the Berzerk marquee light working. Tempest, I don't even want to say its name because that will cause problems. But we're rocking and rolling. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for watching Overtime Arcade. Thanks for 8,000 subscribers. This is crazy. We're already at like 8,100. What's this at? 8,120. That's nuts. Appreciate it all, guys. Appreciate the support. Thank you so much. And I'll see you all soon.